there's going to be a robust outlook in determining what can we provide that will be, again, an overall safe environment for everyone.
Safety, transparency, and accountability is what the Catholic Diocese of Dallas says it's searching for, and the reasons they hired one of the Dallas Police Department's top commanders, Deputy Chief Al Martinez.
Certainly, we are committed to providing truth and justice for any victims and cooperating with every law enforcement agency as necessary.
The Catholic Church has been embroiled in controversy for years over the issue of pedophile priests. The Dallas Police Department raided the diocese last year. Chief Martinez was one of two high-ranking officers on the board of the diocese that took a look at the files and cases recovered. He says there is a commitment now to do better.
Because I want to see my church get stronger and improve.
The diocese created the position of Director of Safety for Martinez. He will be in charge of making sure everything from buildings and churches are secure to dealing with any criminal allegations. Martinez is one of the most respected Dallas commanders. He was the deputy chief at Southwest Patrol when 3 of his officers were killed in downtown Dallas on July 7th, 2016.
A most critical piece in that event was trying to demonstrate to my officers that I was in pain and in sorrow just like them, but that we had to keep going.
Martinez is one of a long list of commanders that have left DPD in the last 2 years. He says he would not rule out eventually coming back as the chief of DPD if given the chance someday.
If God wills it,
he says that is where his heart will always be.
Take that opportunity if it comes down to it.
In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.